Hey Rachel, here are some notes on your EdTPA preparation assignment. Um, so overall, I really liked your theme going into immigration. I think that's it's a great uh, thing to teach for five lessons, and I think it'd be an excellent thing to do during your EdTPA assignment. I think my overall note would be specificity throughout. But I have more specific notes as we go along. So first, you said in this unit, students will be learning about immigration. So you'd mentioned specific immigration from that were presented in La Travesía de Enrique. So I think it looks like it's mostly Honduras to the United States, and that specific immigration. So I think to mention that up here, so there's not any confusion, because if they're learning about immigration as a whole, then that's different than immigration from Honduras to the United States. And I think it just makes it easier for you, the more specific that you are. So you say that you'll read this book, and I guess I'm just thinking in terms of citing in the front. You say La Travesía de Enrique, but I think maybe what you do is you put these parentheses just up here, and then you can maybe just refer to it as La Travesía de Enrique. Great. And then you said you're going to have all the kids do a skit, video, written story, or poem, a piece of art, or dance, or any other expression mode or theme that they have chosen. I think for something like this, I think the more specific and the more thought out exactly what they're going to do is probably helps. I think that like giving them the ability to choose a variety of options does sound good, but I think in my experience, when you give too many options, it kind of paralyzes the students. Um, Also, another thing to think about is, creating a skit in a video might be super rigorous and tough, but creating a dance might not be. And it's possible that a dance doesn't use any writing, speaking, or listening at all. Maybe listening if you're listening to music, but I just think the rigors could be different. So I think it might be important to make sure that all the rigor, how tough it is for each one is important. Yeah, they will share what they have done created with class. I think it could be beneficial to describe how the presentations will be completed. Will it be done? Yeah, that's something that you can think of. I really enjoy the firsthand account. I think that telling a narrative story will help the kids connect with the book and the text and the experience, and that could be beneficial for them. They will practice speaking in the past tense. Now, I think the past tense is a really, really large topic to speak about. It's more than I think preterite and imperfect, and anything that happens in the past. It's a lot bigger than just that. So I think maybe comparing the difference between preterite and imperfect, so you don't get the imperfect subjunctive, the pluscuamperfecto, all the other terms that that could be considered past tense. I think for this assignment, you said justify how it will work. Just make a guess, or just take a stab at it. I think would be my advice here. Just go, whatever. Just make it up. I think for this assignment, and then when you get to the real EdTPA, you can adjust it to what it's going to be. A great idea to scaffold. I think that's a great thought. I think in the lesson plan, maybe outline the times that it's going to be discussed, or when there will be discussions in your class, and I think that will go up towards the top. Yeah, so I think this is great. I think it's important to make sure that their anxiety is lowered, so they'll be willing to interact and they feel comfortable in your classroom. This might just be a personal note, but I think that you want to take this out for the EdTPA purposes. I think you're going to want to try to push the students. Yeah, that's all I got. I think you did really great. I really like it, and I'm excited to see the second draft.